Imagine for a moment that the most profound insights you could get about human connection, well, they aren't just coming from your conscious mind.
Right.
What if, right now, as you're listening, your very own heart is kind of whispering crucial information to your brain, guiding your understanding in ways you maybe never even realized?
It sounds almost poetic, doesn't it? But modern science is actually starting to confirm what ancient cultures, especially in Korea, seem to just instinctively get, like millennia ago.
It's a truly fascinating convergence, yeah. For centuries, we've pretty much focused on the brain as the command center for thought and emotion.
The only center, really. But in this deep dive, we're peeling back the layers on something quite revolutionary, this profound, often overlooked art of listening. And we're drawing from, well, both groundbreaking modern neuroscience and this timeless Korean wisdom.
Yeah, so our mission today is really to equip you with the understanding and maybe more importantly, the actual tools to move beyond just surface level chat. We want to help you connect on a deeper, much more sincere frequency. We'll unpack some really surprising scientific discoveries about your own body.
Things happening right now inside you.
Exactly, and bridge them with these ancient philosophical insights, showing you how to become what we're calling a truly three-dimensional listener.
Which feels so needed, right?
Yeah.
In a world that's frankly starving for real, authentic connection.
Absolutely.
And, we'll also give you a concrete challenge later on, something you can actually try to put these ideas into practice and feel the transformative power of this kind of deep listening.
Okay, so before we jump right in, maybe just take a second to reflect. When was the last time you felt truly heard?
Yeah.
Not just, acknowledged, but genuinely understood at a really deep level.
Hold on to that feeling, that memory. Think
Mhm.
about what made that moment so uniquely powerful as we explore this.
Right. So let's kick off with a scientific revelation that honestly might just shift your entire perspective on communication.
Okay, I'm ready.
What if I told you that your heart actually sends more information to your brain than your brain sends down to your heart?
It's an astounding fact, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, for so long, we just thought of the heart as, well, a pump. Simple.
Right. Just mechanics.
But recent discoveries, like one just in 2024 from scientists at UNC, they reveal your heart actually has its own complex network of about 40,000 neurons.
40,000.
Yeah, it's basically a heart brain that's constantly talking to your head brain.
Wow. And what's truly mind-bending is how connected they are, right? That UNC study, it showed that around 70% of the neurons in your thalamus.
Which is like the brain's main relay station, yeah.
Exactly. Like Grand Central for all sensory info, 70% of those neurons are actively modulated by your heartbeat, or the spaces between beats, or even just you breathing.
So your heart's rhythm is literally shaping how your brain is processing everything. It's incredible.
It really is.
And this isn't just some brand new idea that popped up. The HeartMath Institute, they've been researching this connection for decades.
Yeah. Right. I've heard of their work.
Their work really highlighted how the vagus nerve, that's the superhighway connecting your heart and brain, is mostly afferent.
Afferent, meaning going up.
Precisely.
Mm-hmm.
Most of its fibers carry information up from the heart to the brain, not the other way around. So your heart is constantly feeding information into your thoughts, your perceptions, your whole emotional state.
Okay, so when your heart is in that state they call coherence, which you said happens when you feel things like appreciation or compassion, or you're just really deeply listening, its rhythm gets smooth, almost like a wave. And here's the ticker, right? This coherent heart rhythm, science has actually shown it improves your cognitive function.
Makes you think clearer.
Yeah, enhances emotional stability and even sharpens your intuition. It's like your heart is literally helping you think better and feel more grounded.
Absolutely. And we even have brain imaging studies now that visually demonstrate this connection. It's not just theory.
You can see it.
You can see it. During moments of deep listening, especially if someone's sharing something emotional, the listener's brain networks actually synchronize with the speaker's brain.
Whoa.
It's like our brains are just inherently designed to get on the same wavelength for that true connection.
It sounds, I don't know, almost mystical when you put it like that, aligning frequencies.
Doesn't it?
But what's so fascinating is that long before fMRI machines or neuroscience labs, ancient Korean philosophers, they seemed to just know this 2 millennia ago. They talked about communication happening on 3 distinct levels.
That's right. They called the surface level MAL, M-A-L, which simply means words.
Just words.
Just words. Think of words as just the interface, like the screen on your phone.
Yeah.
It's useful, it conveys data, but it's definitely not the whole complex operating system running underneath.
Right. It's just the visible tip of the iceberg.
Exactly.
So words are the tip. What's underneath? That crucial middle layer you mentioned where emotions and intentions live.
Ah, that's what they termed maeum, M-A-E-U-M. It's often translated as heart-mind.
Heart-mind. Okay.
Because in Korean culture, they really deeply understood that thinking and feeling, they aren't separate. They're tangled up, intrinsically linked. It's one single unified experience.
That makes a lot of sense, actually.
And then, at the very deepest layer, the foundation, you have jeong-seong.
jeong-seong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeong hyphen S-E-O-N-G.
Yeah.
This is like the frequency of sincerity, the pure, authentic intention behind everything someone says or does. It's the real essence of their message underneath everything else.
Wow. Sincerity as a frequency.
And what's really powerful about Korean culture is how they built this whole rich emotional vocabulary around listening at these deeper levels.
Yeah, like you mentioned jeong, Jeong. You said it's not just love or friendship like we might think of it in the West.
No, it's much deeper, more nuanced. It's this profound emotional bond, this connection that can even go beyond family ties.
Ah,
It's that powerful feeling you get when someone truly sees you,
sees you.
understands you, connects with you, not just your words, but your underlying needs, your spirit, your jeong-seong.
Okay. So how does that happen? How is it formed?
It's forged through authentic recognition. Like, think of a moment where maybe a stranger did something unexpectedly kind for you. Not because they had to, but from a place of real, genuine empathy.
Yeah. Okay.
That spark.
Yeah.
That moment of true, sincere recognition where two people's jeong-seong, their sincerity frequencies just align. That's a glimpse of jeong.
Ah, okay.
And, for centuries, Western science kind of dismissed this holistic, heart-centered way of thinking as, well, mystical woo-woo.
Well, not scientific.
Exactly. But now, especially in the last decade or so, neuroscience is increasingly showing that actually the Koreans were profoundly right about something absolutely fundamental to human connection.
And that really highlights the paradox we're living in today, doesn't it?
How so?
Well, we are, without a doubt, the most hyper-connected generation ever. Smartphones, social media, constant contact.
Right. Always on.
Yet, often we're the least truly understood. It feels like a deep crisis of authentic connection.
Absolutely. And the data really backs that up. Research from Talent Smart, for instance, shows that emotional intelligence, EQ, accounts for a huge 58% of job success.
Wow, 58%.
Nearly 60% of your career success could hinge on your ability to connect with and understand others, not just your technical skills.
But here's the paradox you mentioned.
Exactly. Studies consistently show empathy levels have actually been declining for decades, especially among young people.
Declining empathy, despite all this connection, how does that work?
Well, think about it. We send, 23 billion text messages a day, globally.
Incredible number.
But how many of those truly create that deep jeong-level connection? How many times have you felt misunderstood in a quick text or an email chain?
All the time. It's so easy for things to get lost.
It's like we're constantly broadcasting, but often on the wrong frequency, or maybe just on the surface frequency, for real connection.
And now we throw AI into the mix.
Right. Which complicates things, or maybe clarifies things.
Right.
We have technology now, like ChatGPT, that can process language incredibly well, better than many humans, arguably.
It can analyze sentiment, write emails, even poems.
But
Yeah.
it cannot feel jeong. It can't perceive sincerity. It doesn't have a maeum or jeong-seong. And that fundamental limitation, that inability to connect on those deeper human levels, it actually highlights what makes us unique. It makes authentic human listening incredibly, exceptionally valuable, more valuable than ever, perhaps.
So the benefits of actually learning and practicing this deep listening skill, they're not just like fuzzy feelings, they're tangible.
Oh, profoundly tangible. In the workplace, for example, companies where leaders are seen as genuinely good listeners, they show 30% better employee retention.
30%. That's huge for a business.
And 47% higher team performance. It's not just a soft skill, it's a direct driver of success.
And what about personal lives, relationships?
Even more dramatic, perhaps? In relationships, couples who report feeling truly heard by their partner, that deep level of understanding we talked about, they have divorce rates an astounding 67% lower than average.
67% lower. Wow. That's That's not just about communication techniques. That's about the very foundation of the relationship.
It's about feeling seen, feeling understood at that core level.
And what about just for us as individuals? Does feeling heard affect our health?
Absolutely. People who feel genuinely understood by others tend to show lower levels of cortisol, the stress hormone.
Okay.
They also exhibit better immune function and report significantly less anxiety. Feeling heard literally impacts your physical and mental well-being.
So the urgency is real. We need to kind of relearn this ancient skill to fight this modern disconnect.
Yes. The big question is, how? How do we actually learn to listen not just with our ears to the words, but with our whole being to the heart, to the sincerity?
Okay, so this brings us back to blending that Korean wisdom with practical, actionable stuff we can do right now.
Exactly. Let's get into the how-to.
Okay, let's unpack these techniques then for this three-dimensional listening. It's a powerful mix. Ancient wisdom meets modern science application.
Right. So first we start with level 1, the words, mao. Now, most of us think this is listening, but it's really just the starting point.
Just scratching the surface.
Exactly. The goal here is to focus completely, like 100%, on the literal content of what's being said. Practice just receiving it. Don't plan your response. Don't judge. Just purely absorb their words.
Okay, that sounds simple, but probably harder than it looks. Just listen.
It is. Try it in your next important conversation. Just commit to fully hearing the words first.
All right. Then, level 2, heart, or maeum, the heart-mind.
Yes. This is where you start tuning into the emotional field beneath the words. What's the tone of their voice telling you? What about their body language? Are they leaning in, pulling back?
And what are they not saying?
Precisely. What's the feeling in the air, that unspoken stuff you can sense?
Okay, and you mentioned a heart math technique here.
Yeah, it's a really practical one. While you're listening, gently shift your focus, your attention, to your own heart area, physically in your chest.
Okay.
Then breathe slowly and deeply. Almost imagine you're breathing through your heart. This simple practice helps create that heart coherence within yourself we talked about earlier.
And that coherence helps you perceive better.
Exactly. It enhances your intuitive perception, makes you more sensitive to the other person's emotional state. It's like fine-tuning your own internal receiver.
Got it. Breathing through the heart. Okay, then level 3, sincerity, or jeong-seong, the deepest layer.
This is where you try to perceive the authentic intention behind it all. As you're listening to the words and sensing the maeums, ask yourself internally, what do they really want to communicate here underneath it all?
What are they maybe afraid of?
Yes. Or
Yeah.
what would make them feel truly, profoundly understood right now? It's about sensing that core need or intention.
Koreans have a word for being fully present like this, right?
They do. It's henmaeum, literally one heart mind.
One heart mind.
It's that state where your full attention is completely with the other person. You create this deep shared space. It almost feels like your hearts are beating in sync.
So practically, what does henmaeum look like?
It looks like putting your phone away, completely away, making consistent, gentle eye contact, reflecting back not just their words, but the feelings you sense underneath. It sounds like you're feeling really frustrated, for example.
Asking questions that show you're really engaged, not just waiting to talk.
Exactly. Open-ended questions that show you're tracking their inner world. Tell me more about that feeling, or what was that like for you?
And you also mentioned body-based listening, paying attention to our own physical reactions.
Don't underestimate this.
Yeah.
Your body is constantly picking up signals your conscious mind might miss. Notice your own physical sensations while someone's talking.
Like what?
Does your chest feel tight, or does it feel open and relaxed? Do you feel subtly pulled toward them, or are you kind of leaning away? Your heart-brain is processing these unconscious cues.
So noticing those feelings in my body can actually guide my understanding of them.
Yes, they're signals. When you practice this kind of multi-layered listening words, heart, sincerity, body, something really remarkable starts to happen.
Yeah.
Not just in your relationships, but actually inside your own nervous system.
Okay, let's talk about those effects. What have researchers actually found happens when people practice this?
It's pretty incredible, actually. Neuroplasticity comes into play.
Meaning the brain changes.
Yes. When you commit to this kind of deep listening, you are literally rewiring your brain. It's not just a nice metaphor. The actual neural pathways for empathy, for emotional regulation, for understanding social cues, they physically strengthen.
So you're building a more empathetic, more connected brain just by listening differently.
Exactly. With every genuine connection where you practice this, you're reinforcing those circuits.
And the individual health benefits you touched on.
They're significant. People who regularly practice authentic listening and, importantly, also feel truly heard themselves, they tend to have lower baseline stress levels, less chronic cortisol floating around,
Better sleep, too.
better sleep quality, yes,
Yeah.
and even markers of improved immune function. The very act of truly connecting with others seems to have a direct, positive physiological effect. It helps you thrive.
And you've seen real-world examples of this making a difference.
Oh, absolutely. You hear stories all the time. Couples crediting this kind of listening with saving their marriage. Managers seeing huge shifts in team trust and collaboration. Therapists witnessing breakthroughs because a client finally feels truly seen and understood.
It's not just theory, then. It actually produces tangible, sometimes life-changing results.
Definitely. And there's this beautiful paradox embedded in it all.
Which is?
By focusing completely on understanding someone else, on really tuning into their jeong-seong, their sincerity, you paradoxically become more truly yourself. You connect more deeply with your own authenticity.
Huh. So listening deeply to others helps you find yourself.
It's a reciprocal loop. Self-discovery and connection feeding each other.
That makes sense in leadership, too, creating that psychological safety people talk about.
Exactly. That feeling that you can be authentic, share ideas, even admit mistakes without fear of judgment. Deep listening is the absolute bedrock of psychological safety. It fosters trust, innovation, real collaboration.
And if we zoom out even further, applying this to bigger conflicts.
Imagine it. Imagine approaching political arguments, cultural clashes, even international negotiations with this kind of three-dimensional listening. Trying to hear the words, sense the maeum, and perceive the underlying jeong-seong, the core human needs and fears on all sides.
The Korean concept of jeong suggests that connection is possible even across big divides.
That's the idea. That authentic connection, recognizing someone's fundamental sincerity, transcends artificial boundaries like race, nationality, ideology. It taps into our shared humanity. It can be a powerful force for healing.
Wow. Okay, so that brings me to a challenge, a practical step for everyone listening.
Let's hear it.
For the next 7 days, I want you listening right now to experiment with this three-dimensional listening.
Okay, so a 7-day experiment.
Yeah, choose one conversation each day where you consciously try this. On day 1, just focus only on the words. Level 1, really hear the literal message without interrupting or planning your response. Just receive.
Just receive. Got it. Day 1, words.
Day 2, add level 2, heart listening. Megurium. Notice the emotions, the energy under the words. Maybe try that heart math technique. Focus on your heart area, breathe deeply, trying to enhance your intuition and tune into their emotional state.
Day 2, add heart.
Okay.
Go.
And then on day 3, incorporate level 3. Sincerity perception, jeong-seong. Ask yourself those inner questions. What's the authentic intention here? What do they really need or want to convey?
Day 3, add sincerity. Words, heart, sincerity.
Exactly. And through days 4 to 7, keep practicing all 3 levels together. Remember the core instruction. Don't jump in to fix, advise, or respond immediately. Your primary goal is just to receive, to be fully present.
Just be present. That's key.
As you go through these days, just observe what happens. Notice any changes in your own stress levels. How do your relationships feel? Do you feel more connected?
Maybe keep a small journal.
Great idea. Jot down how conversations shift. What do you discover about yourself when you listen this way? It can be quite revealing.
And pay attention to the ripple effect, too. Observe how the other person responds when they feel truly heard.
Yeah. Notice their body language, their openness, their willingness perhaps to be more authentic with you.
Because the Korean philosophers really believed this, right? That when people experience real joy, that authentic connection, it doesn't just stay between two people.
Yeah.
It creates ripples.
Ripples that can heal communities, maybe even societies.
It's a powerful thought.
So this deep dive into the ancient Korean art of three-dimensional listening, which is being so powerfully validated now by modern neuroscience, it isn't just, valuable for our time, our age of AI and constant digital noise. It feels revolutionary.
It really does. Remember that your heart truly does have its own intelligence, its own brain. And your capacity for jeong, for that authentic, sincere connection, it's honestly one of the most sophisticated technologies you possess.
Yeah. In a world that's just full of noise, listening with your heart with all 3 dimensions, it isn't just communication anymore.
It's communion. It's real connection. Everyone you meet, everyone you interact with, is broadcasting on multiple frequencies simultaneously.
Always. The question isn't whether you can hear them on those deeper levels.
The question is whether you're truly tuned in to receive the signal that matters most.